The serratus anterior is going to be the next muscle that we take a look at. And when it comes to the entire body, it definitely doesn't occupy a large area of it. It's going to be especially visible from the side view and from the front view as well. And it has this distinct seesaw pattern when it connects with the oblique right here on the side. They're all attached at the back of the scapula here, or on the inside of the scapula rather. And they attach to almost all of the ribs of the thoracic cage. So they start at the first rib here at the top, and they go all the way down to the 9th rib. Depends on the person, but generally speaking, you'll have about 9 out of 12 ribs that are going to be covered by the serratus anterior. And so this is going to be kind of the look of it. So they just follow the rib at about the midway point. So they originate from the scapula, like I said, and then about the halfway point here, they start to follow the rib a little bit more closely. So they are going to weave with the obliques here, but they never actually interconnect too much, so they don't overlap as much. They just kind of stop there, and then the obliques take over. Those muscles don't really move a whole lot, even when the scapula rotates quite a bit. So they'll move at the base here, where they're a little bit more flexible, a little bit more mobile. But past the halfway point here, they're going to pretty much just stick to the rib cage. So as far as the overlap with other muscles, they're going to be almost like halfway covered by the pectoral muscles. And so you can probably imagine that anything above the 5th rib here, then it's not going to be really visible unless the character is in a very extreme pose, like the hand is all the way up. So maybe you'll see a couple more, but definitely the ones here are going to be pretty much invisible most of the time. And of course, in the back here, this is going to be covered quite a bit by the muscles on the back, which we are going to take a look at very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the serratus anterior. Now, drawing the serratus anterior is going to be a little bit easier if we start from the back, because we know that they attach to the scapula. So what we can do here is we can start the same way. And one thing that's good to, a good number that's good to keep in mind is we're going to be able to see about 5 of them. So we're going to be able to see around 5 heads on most people. So you can count basically 5 strands that originate from this angle here, from this, from the tip here. So that's going to be the lowest of them all. And they're going to follow the rib cage. So here, if we look at the rib cage, we know that the bones are going to be in this direction, right? So this is the edge. So the rib cage is going to go like this. And so all we need to do is start from here and kind of follow the line of the rib cage. So if the ribs are placed this way. So this should give us kind of like the placement for the first one. So we're just going to continue that line right here. And then from there, we can go up and trace 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5. And maybe we'll be able to see them from the front. So don't make them too wide. They're about as wide, maybe a little bit wider than the ribs themselves. But they fit right on top of the ribs. So maybe something like this from the back. And then we can give them a little bit of volume. So a little bit of a bump here, as if there were some cylinders kind of wrapping around, right? So something like this, wrapping around the thoracic cage. Like that. So now, knowing this, when it comes to drawing them from this angle here, we know that the base of the scapula is going to be right here. So we can kind of see it in blue here in the back. It's hard to see now because all the muscles are drawn on top of it, but we know that the base is going to be here. So the lowest one, the lowest of them all, is going to wrap around the rib cage and kind of land right down here. So we can start. So that's going to be kind of like the lowest one. And then we have the top one, and we can wrap around again. And then this one here that we can wrap around, wrap around, wrap around. So essentially we're going to be left with, like I said, 5 of them. So we have 1 down here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 like hidden by the pectoralis major. So let's clean this up a little bit. Again, those are going to follow the orientation of the ribs. Otherwise, that's not going to work. And when they stop here, so we know that they're going to stop right about there, because that's where the obliques stop and they don't overlap. At least they don't overlap too much. And now, well, it's just going to, we need to weave them together. So all we'll need to do here is make those serratus anterior kind of pointy. So with a pointy end, pointy, like this. And now we'll need to adjust the obliques so that they go right in the center of it. So they weave nicely with them, like this. So you get this seesaw pattern back. All right, so something like that. So in this case, you know, this one is probably a little bit too thin. So what we can do here, we can make that a little bit bigger and have the top one here barely visible, mostly hidden underneath. And there you go. So they wrap around the body, they wrap around the rib cage, and then they go and connect in the back onto the scapula. Attach onto the scapula, just like that. So from this angle, probably wouldn't be able to see them too much. And from the front, they'll be visible, but again, very, very subtle. So what we can do here is just close that shape here, and then maybe have, again, you know, maybe we're not going to be able to see the bottom one from the front, maybe not even the second one, but those two maybe. So something like this. And again, just following the line of their ribs, right? So like this. And then again, we need to make sure that they interconnect properly with the obliques. So we're just going to have them end up with a pointy bit, and we'll have the obliques adjust and fit in between. So again, to recap, you know, we're going to see in most cases about 5 of them out of the 9 that you normally would find attached onto the different ribs. So only the bottom 5 ones are going to be visible on most people, because the pectoralis major is going to cover most of them. The pectoralis major and the deltoid is going to cover about half of them. So there you go. That's how you draw the serratus anterior. Pretty simple. In the next chapter, we'll take a look at the less known erector spinae. See you in a bit.